Welcome to the First Round Fantasy Podcast, your first choice for second round advice, with your hosts Gabriel Miramontes and Jacob Bartley.
Burrow on 3rd and 7. Jefferson hauls it in. Would be Max Crosby. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Welcome on into the First Round Fantasy Podcast, your first choice for second round advice. Gabriel Miramontes here today answering your fantasy football questions. Am I in pro? In my dreams I am. But right now I'm just your average Joe. So lend me your thoughts, lend me your ideas, and I'll give you whatever I have available. Will it help you? Possibly. Could it not? Possibly. Nonetheless, you're still here, and I appreciate all your thoughts, questions, concerns, anything fantasy related or life related in general. But we're talking fantasy football not only on TikTok, but also on YouTube at First Round Fantasy. Sometimes TikTok tends to get a little bit heavy. So if it gets a little too clustered in there, feel free to jump over to YouTube, where it's literally just dust rolls right now. It's slow times. That's what happens when you take a lot of time off. People don't come back. Julian, I think we were already at it a couple of minutes ago. 12-man, third pick. Give your team a solid 7.5 out of 10. Not bad at all. Jay Al, what's up, man? I traded Amari Cooper for McLaurin. Is that a good trade? I think it's a fair trade. What side would I rather have? I probably would rather have Amari Cooper. So in that case, you get McLaurin. You're banking on the high upside of a guy like Jaden McDaniels. Rookie quarterbacks don't typically produce in year one. That definitely translates to the wide receiver position. Amari Cooper, pretty much QB proof last year with Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco. So give me Amari Cooper in that side, but still a fair trade nonetheless. Jamo, Purdy or Daniels? You asked this question yesterday, my guy. Give me Purdy, the solid floor. You can get him later in your drafts. He's not going to tank your fantasy, your team. So 100%. Purdy all the way. Baked chips. Bro, I got Astros money. Well, my bad. Some dude told me Astros tonight. Oh, I'm telling you Phillies tonight. But again, I'm not the baseball guy, man. I'm not the baseball guy. So hopefully you listen to the other guy. Bailey, Jordan Addison or Devontae Adams in Dynasty? That's a great question. It depends really on one simple factor. Is your team ready to win now? Because if it is, I still think Devontae Adams can definitely give you 1 year, if not 2 years, of solid fantasy production and a nice baseline as a wide receiver too, where this change with Jordan Addison, the QB change, Justin Jefferson can definitely still survive. But Addison, on the other hand, is someone that you really want to speculate about, someone I can't even give you all the answers about, which makes me nervous. So if you're in a win now position, Devontae Adams for sure. But if you're looking down the line, you're all ready to tank before the season even starts, go out there and get Jordan Addison and save your stocks for him. Morales, what about CeeDee Lamb, first pick, or Tyreek Hill? I have no problems with either of the two. I'd probably prefer Tyreek Hill in a redraft league just because he has more continuous years of consistent production. But those are my thoughts. Thanks for the question, Morales. Let's see. Got it. Thoughts on Kamara as your pick 206. Talked a little bit about this yesterday, None. 3 straight years of regression for Alvin Kamara. Yards per carry has gone down the last 3 years. So there's some questionables there. And he's also tied to Derek Carr, who at once and upon a time was a rising star in my eyes. Because he played for the Raiders, which was my team. So I had to root for him, Good pick or bad pick, regardless. He was in my heart. But thoughts on Kamara? Probably can go around 3, to be honest. I don't see much going on there. But with Kendry Miller sidelined for the first few weeks of the season, going on the PUP list today, there's some time there. Jamal Williams, Alvin Kamara, it's going to be their show. But again, another fact for you about Alvin Kamara over the last 3 years. Taysom Hill, 16 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, 3. I hope that does something for you. Nick, rate my team. Brock, JT, Monty, Kupp, Wilson, Andrews, DK, and Rice, your wide receivers. 9 out of 10. Running backs, very similar to mine in my live graph the other day. I'm going to go 7 out of 10. And a QB, probably right around 7 out of 10. 7.5, 8 out of 10, Nick, not bad. Morales, got you already. C-Dig, which tight end is the better keeper, Laporta or McBride? What a great question. I think we got to go with the guy who really took fantasy by storm last year. Both of them did, but I think Laporta's offense is going to be more streamlined, more sustainable long-term. So I'm going with Sam Laporta here. But Trey McBride, obviously not a bad pick as well. They're the number 1 and number 2 tight ends in my eyes going into Dynasty. And with that being said, I took both of them in a recent redraft league, and I felt totally happy with it. McBride fell all the way to the 6th or 7th round, and I was like, whatever, I'll play 2 tight ends. I'm not really scared about it at all. Kamara at 2 is too high, in my opinion. In round 2, yes, it's way too high. Let's see. Ryan Patron, I have the 110, and I'm thinking of taking Pacheco or Etienne at 15 on the bend. Thoughts? Not bad at all. Depends what you want to do with that 110. On the bend, Pacheco and Etienne should be there. Etienne might go a little bit sooner. He's going anywhere around like the 12th to 14th pick, so there's a good chance he might not be there. But either of those guys are fine in my eyes. Me personally, I'd rather stick with Pacheco. He's part of the more solid offense, more sustainable offense. I love good offenses. Not saying Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars are anything but bad, but we've seen them go through growth spurts. So I want more consistency, and I think that's Pacheco. Let's see. Second pick at RB. Oh, for me, that's Bijan Robinson, 100%. I have those rankings in redraft leagues as follows: CMC, Robinson, and Breece Hall. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. No, man, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you stopping in, and thanks for your question. Daniel already got thoughts on Olave up today. Middling wide receiver 2, ceiling high-end wide receiver 2. Let's see. Thoughts on Cooper Kupp being a snag going into the 3rd round. I personally think Nacua is overrated. Michael, not bad at all. I do not think Nacua is overrated, but I do not want to underestimate the injury. He's basically out all of training camp now, didn't play in the preseason, which he never was going to, but he's not even going to be truly ready until week 1. He's going to take time to cook in that oven before he gets back to 100%. And we saw him deal with injuries before in his collegiate career. With Cooper Kupp, on the other hand, he's coming into this year healthy. I know he's in his age, 30, 31 season, the twilight of his career. I really think he can put it together. Him and that Stafford connection is no joke. I'm riding Cooper Kupp all the way this year. I tried to get him in my redraft draft just a couple of days ago. Couldn't do it, but he was literally sniped right in front of me. I have no problems with Cooper Kupp. He's a guy that I really enjoy and I really like this year. CD or Tyreek? In a redraft league, give me Tyreek all day long. Thanks for the question, man. Justin G. Kamara is a sleeper. RB1, 2. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you were listening earlier, regression 3 years in a row. Nothing has changed in that offense, and their offensive line has honestly gotten worse. So those are just my thoughts. How do we feel about Sequence? How do we feel about Saquon? To be honest, I have mixed feelings about Saquon. I do think he's a solid RB2. I think he's coming from a place where he was put on a pedestal to a place where he's going to be a man among men. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts himself with the rushing ability upside. And then even Will Shipley. I know Saquon didn't play a lot in the preseason, but Will Shipley showed the passing downs chops, and I really think he's capable to do that. Is he going to poach work from him? Not necessarily. But in redraft leagues, I'll take Jonathan Taylor, Jahmyr Gibbs over him all day long. Those are my thoughts on Saquon. How do you feel about the 2nd overall, Breece Hall, and would you take CMC if he falls? I would take CMC if he falls, but to be honest, I'm kind of fading CMC a lot these days, mainly because you just don't see that kind of production year after year. And CMC is going into his year 8 season, so a lot to consider there with age, longevity. Are they going to manage his reps more? I do anticipate that the 49ers are going to steamroll through some teams this year. And with those things come rest. I don't know if you want rest for your number 1 overall pick. So CMC still worthy of it for sure, but it's CMC, Bijan, and Breece for me, with Breece easily overtaking that field. could potentially be one of the best offenses, but that depends on the health of Aaron Rodgers. I agree. Thanks, Nunn. I'm glad you agree. Kelson Jarrett, Hill or Breece Hall with the third pick? At that point, I'd probably go Breece Hall, to be honest with you. This is a weird transition for me. I'm at this point where the last 2 or 3 years I've gone really wide receiver heavy. But if I can get one of those first 3 running backs, CMC, Bijan, and Breece Hall, I kind of want to do it. So if he's there, I'm not opposed to it at all. Justin G says Kamara is a value pick. Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm not seeing it, but hey, whoever said I was right. Currently, let's see, according to NFL's average draft position, again, we're doing drafts from, let's just say, the 11th of August to today. And this is PPR. We're going running back. Let's just look for Alvin Kamara. Let's see if he is a value pick. You can currently get him pretty much like middle of the 4th round. I don't know, man. Trey McBride, Kenneth Walker, Tank Dell. Those are all guys that I would take over him. CD or Tyree. 10-man PPR, Mahomes, Travis Etienne, CD, Devontae Adams, Laporta, Amari, Jets D, and Aubrey. Go win yourself a championship, man. Your running backs are legit. Your wide receivers are legit. And you get the number 1 tight end in my eyes. Kevin, you got a good team. King Saul. What's up, man? Judy, triple crowning? Triple crowning for what? I don't even know he had a crown yet. That's kind of interesting. Justin, thanks for the follow. You get some high fives. Let's get us some food. Thanks for the follow, Just. Appreciate you, man. Oh, we had 2 follows there. Let's get another Croucher in. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. 12-man PPR. Richardson, Pacheco, Zamir White, Garrett Wilson, Kupp, Andrews, McLaurin in the flex. How do I feel about that team? Your running backs, probably a solid 7 out of 10. Your wide receivers, 9 out of 10. Andrews, 8 out of 10. Richardson, a lot of question marks, but probably going 7, 8 out of 10. So your team overall, 8 out of 10. Not bad. Noah Vano had the 4th pick. Rate my team. Caleb Williams, Olave, Ayuk, Bijan, Kyron, McBride, Neighbors, or Worthy. You got a lot of young wide receiver talent. That core as a whole, though, probably give it a 7.5, maybe a 7 flat out of 10. Bijan and Kyron together, if Kyron can do what he did last year, or maybe even a little bit less, but still productive, you got a 10 out of 10 running back core. And then Caleb Williams, a question mark, that is the rookie quarterback position. Probably a 6 out of 10 right now, which gives your team a solid 7 out of 10, Noah. Playoff contender for sure. Jordan, 10-man PPR. Love, CMC, ETN, Mike Evans, Ayuk, K9, Dalton, Schultz. Let's see. CMC, ETN, 10 out of 10. Mike Evans and Ayuk. Probably an 8 out of 10. Dalton, Kincaid, and Schultz. 7 out of 10 together. CMC and Love, I should say, your quarterback, 8 out of 10. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. That's a playoff contender. Hey, bro, rate my 12-team PPR. Dak, Achane, Najee, Lamb, Evans, Diggs, Worthy, and McBride. Achane and Najee as your running backs. Probably a solid 7.5 out of 10. Lamb, Evans, and Diggs, another 8 out of 10. And McBride, 9 out of 10. Dak, 7 out of 10. So you're looking at a team that's making the playoffs, 7.5 out of 10. Thanks, by the way, for whoever sent those roses. I appreciate you. Let's get some claps in here for the roses. Appreciate you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see. Keeper question. Choose one. Godwin for $10, T. Higgins for $12, or Kupp at $15. You got $100 cap space, 9 players. I'm okay with Godwin at 10. That's the best value. He's been spending a lot of the preseason camp in the slot. Looks like they're going to light up Evans outside, and I forget who the other guy is, to be honest with you. Hopefully he's not fantasy relevant, but I think that bodes well that Godwin's getting a little bit more time in the slot. I'm down to take that value as well. Thanks for the question, Joseph. 12-man PPR, Love, Bijan, Henry, DK, Diggs, Bowers, and Higgins. What are your thoughts? Bijan and Henry, 9 out of 10. DK, Diggs, and Higgins, 7.5 out of 10. And Love, 9 out of 10. So overall, you probably got a solid 8 out of 10 team. You're a playoff contender. Make some moves, win yourself a championship. How should I draft in a 12-man super flex league? That's a loaded question. What is that, Matthew? Loaded question. I appreciate it. One that's going to take me probably a really long time. So in like 15 seconds flat, if you're drafting anywhere in that 1 through 5 position, you're looking to take one of the better QBs in the draft, especially in a super flex. After that, you're okay taking one of those fine dynasty young wide receivers in Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, and then in the turn, go back and get your second QB. From what I see in my experience, quarterbacks go so fast in super flex leagues, and honestly, 2 QBs, a lot of points there left on the board if you're not able to get your 2. So I'd prioritize QB if I were you. Christian M, I have the 101. I'm grabbing Lamb. What do you think? Not bad. If you want to jump off the CMC train, I am not opposed to you doing that at all. I think Lamb is a fine pick. I have no problems with Tyreek Hill at all. Let's see. Young Nunu. Follow the live career. Let's get him a cheer. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Does A.J. Dillon injury affect Jacobs in a good way? To be honest, I don't think A.J. Dillon injured or regardless affected Josh Jacobs in a good way or not. I think there are more serious players there, including their third-round draft selection, Marshawn Lloyd and Emmanuel Wilson, third-year back, who's been sitting behind A.J. Dillon the last 2 years. Those are guys that I think are going to be far more of a concern for A.J. Dillon. Let's see, 12-man, already got there. Jordan Height, man, thank you so much for the roses. Appreciate you, brother. Let's get him a cheer. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Bijan fell 10th in your 12-man league. Justin G, what, dude? Absolutely no way does that happen. Hopefully you grabbed him, man. Hopefully you grabbed him. Deontay Johnson or Stephon Diggs week 1. You know what? All the hype is Deontay Johnson is the featured guy out there in the Panthers. Week 1 is such a question mark. We don't know what to expect from anybody, especially these two. But give me Deontay Johnson on a good day against a pretty good team or a pretty lackluster defense, by the way, in week 1. Asher Arsard, thanks for the question, man. Kupp and Puka are both going to be good. I have no doubts about it. Last year, there were times when they were both equally good. It's just who's going to be better. This year, I think it's Cooper Kupp. Steve Salisbury, better sleeper wide receiver, Jordan Palmer or Khalil Shakir? That's a great question. And in my opinion, I grabbed them both in my recent redraft draft. In the later rounds, practically they could have gone undrafted, in my opinion. But the better sleeper, in my opinion, is Khalil Shakir. Now, these are not my stats. I did not do this research. I heard it elsewhere. But there's something out there along the lines of Khalil Shakir in terms of like available targets or whatever. He has a super high catch percentage when being thrown the ball by Josh Allen. And he also had the most yards after catch of available players that were in that criteria to me, and I'm pretty sure it was in the NFL. Small sample size, but something to look forward as the one true and tried target in this Josh Allen-led, high-octane Buffalo Bills offense. Patrick Barrett, AJ or Wilson at the 109. At the 109, probably give me AJ Brown. Gibbs or JT, give me Gibbs. Or even Saquon on the spin back, 10-man full PPR. Give me A.J. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs there. Wilson, I love the guy. I think he's immensely talented. but we just haven't seen it yet with Aaron Rodgers. And those guys that you're drafting in those first 10 picks, especially with your first pick, they need to be your home run hitters. And I know Wilson has a few 1,000-yard seasons under his belt, but he needs to explode this season. I think he can do it. I just haven't seen it yet. So give me A.J. Brown. Keeping Hall in the 5th round, is Bijan a good pick at the 104? Absolutely. Do your thing, man. Take CD or Bijan in the 2nd pick. Well, Dalton, I can tell you firsthand that it was I who took Bijan with my 2nd pick overall. That's where I went. Those are my thoughts. I don't have any disrespect if you decide to go CD. I think picks 1 through 6 could go 1 overall any given day. But I went with Bijan. You do what you need to do and take that with a grain of salt. Hopefully I was able to help you out. A Manster says, thoughts on my team. Flex, 10-man PPR. He had the 6th pick. He had Hurts as his QB, Bijan, Jonathan Taylor. I'll tell you right now, your running backs, probably a solid 10 out of 10. Devontae, Kupp, wide receivers, probably a solid 9 out of 10. McBride, a 10 out of 10. Hurts, a 9 out of 10. Dude, you're literally jumping out of this league. You're winning a fantasy championship. Good luck to you. SJMP says starting lineup is Breece, Etienne, Rashad White, Devontae Adams. Those guys are legit. Ayuk and Kittle. Jake Moody is your kicker. Jaden Daniels. Who do I start at QB? In week 1, let it be known that you should probably go with the sure bet at this point in week 1. That's Brock Purdy for me. SJMP, thanks for the question. Shakir on waivers, but I don't want to drop Curtis Samuel for him. I think you're totally fine dropping Curtis Samuel for him, to be honest with you. I think Khalil Shakir is a more tried and true target. Curtis Samuel overall, I'm not too hyped for. He's been a gadget man all his life, and I don't think he's going to be anything more than that. But again, I could be wrong. Justin Height says, just come from TikTok. See, I told you, man, you get a little bit quicker around here if you jump on the old YouTube. You get your question answered a little bit faster. Just came from TikTok. Rate my full team, 10-man PPR. Anthony Richardson, James Cook, Aaron Jones. Your running backs alone, James Cook and Aaron Jones, they need some work, my friend. I wish I could say better. Aaron Jones with a new look team, injury prone, misses often games. Your running backs, probably your weakest point of that team, man. 6 out of 10 in my eyes. Jamar Chase, Mike Evans. You can definitely succeed with those 2 guys. Evan Ingram, not a bad pick as well. Christian Kirk on the bench, or I'm guessing in your flex. You probably want to let loose of him just because I'm a big Brian Thomas Jr. fan this year. But just because I'm a fan doesn't mean he can do it. I want guys who have done it before. Christian Kirk has, so he's not a bad pick. Anthony Richardson, of course, I have a few shares of him. Overall, Jordan, I'd say your team is probably looking like a 6.5 out of 10. Let's address that second running back position. Maybe move Christian Kirk and Aaron Jones, package them together for a better running back, and do your best, man. I wish you all the best of luck. Let's get back to the TikTok here. What do we got? Is Jacobs good this year? Jacobs is good any year, Nate. Any year, Jacobs is good. This year, though, he's a solid running back, too, for your team. Rate my line. Love, Henry, Harris, Chase, Evans, Ridley, and Neighbors. Laporta to follow up in the tight end position. QB, 9 out of 10. Henry and Harris. Probably your weakest point at this point, but I'm going to go ahead and give it 7.5 out of 10. Chase, Evans, Ridley, and Neighbors, 9 out of 10. Laporta, 9 out of 10. Your team's a solid 8 out of 10, man. Go ahead, make it to the playoffs, win yourself a ship. Who wins this trade? Waddle and Evans for Jamar Chase. At that point, I really want more volume. I want more depth. So give me Waddle and Evans all day of the week. 2 guys that I can insert in my lineup. I don't have to think about bye weeks as much. I'll go with those 2 guys for sure. Brock Melvin says, just came from TikTok. Thoughts on Calvin Ridley? I got a lot of thoughts on Calvin Ridley, man. Mainly, he's going to be without DeAndre Hopkins at least for the first week. I think they actually just said. I should probably let me rewind that back. But I do believe DeAndre Hopkins is going to be ready week 1. So with that being said, Calvin Ridley, it really is what Will Levis can do. He had 1 great game last season, and after that, he was kind of treading water in my eyes. So QB downgrade? Yes, for sure. More weapons around him? Sure, why not? DeAndre Hopkins, Tajay Spears, Pollard. But ultimately, I think Calvin Ridley is probably a poor man's wide receiver 2 with the floor. His ceiling, though, solid wide receiver 2 for sure. Thanks for the question, Brock Melvin. Appreciate you, bud. Let's see. 8-man PBR. Colby, this team better be great. Randomized pick until – 8-man PPR best strategy. Literally, don't draft a QB until like the last round. Build up on those position players, running backs, wide receivers. Get as much of them as you can. And then literally in an 8-man league, you're probably still going to have guys like Stroud, Anthony Richardson probably, guys that could just go like in round 7 or 8 in normal man leagues. In an 8-man league, you can totally wait on wide receiver or on quarterback. That's what I recommend you do. Build up on those skill position players. Thanks for the question. What is that, Colby? Jake Dahlcater. Sorry if you already said, but this is my 12-man PPR 8th pick. I don't think I said it, man. You're good. Hurts, Bijan, Achane, your running backs, 9 out of 10. Wilson, Dell, probably an 8 out of 10. Kincaid, 7 out of 10. Najee when they're with the bulk, and Hurts. Your team's a solid 8.5 out of 10, Jake. Do what you need to do and win yourself a fantasy championship, bud. Good luck to you. Chase Frill with the follow, man. Thank you so much. Let's get him a clap. Get him another clap. Thanks so much for the follow, man. Appreciate you. I just realized I didn't have music. Let's see. No Garcia also followed. Hey, man. More cheers in here. Thank you, man, so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day, okay? Jack Wood, how do I get you to rate me? Jack, you're a stand-up guy or girl. I think you're great. I'm going to give you a 10 out of 10. So, Jack, 10 out of 10. Jack Wood, everybody, 10 out of 10. Let's see. Cole Hernandez. Rate this 12-man PPR squad. Hurts, Bijan, Pacheco, Collins, Neighbors, Ingram, and Monty. Your running backs, 9 out of 10. Excellent job there. Collins, Neighbors. Those guys probably going to need some work. The rookie with the poor quarterback play and Collins, question marks there surrounding what CJ Stroud is going to be able to do with him this year. I think good things. High-end wide receiver 2 possibility for sure. But your wide receivers are probably around a 7 out of 10. And you got Jalen Hurts, baby, 9 out of 10. Your team overall, Cole Hernandez, I want to go ahead and say 8.5 out of 10. Do some work, win yourself a fantasy championship. Thanks for the question, Cole. Let's see. Got another follow in the chat. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate you. Noah Garcia, rate my line. I already got you, Noah. Already got you. And Noah also just came in with the follow. Thank you so much, Noah. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for stopping by, man. Knox, 10-man PPR, Hurts, CMC, Derrick Henry, Ayuk, Devontae Adams, Walker, and Goddard. What are your thoughts? CMC and Derrick Henry together. 2 years ago, you would have been a beast. Now, a little bit of a downgrade, but still 2 perennial running backs. Get that room at 9 out of 10. Ayuk and Devontae Adams together, probably a solid 7.5 out of 10. Walker, just more added depth. Hurts, 9 out of 10. Goddard, 7 out of 10. Your team overall, 8 out of 10, man. Go win yourself a championship. Who wins this trade? I already got that trade, man. Let's see here. I realize that I gotta go fast. Tree Skin or Tyreek. What's going on, man? Welcome back. Got the second pick. Who do I get? Tyreek Hill or CD? Who and why? Well, If you want the longevity, the consistency year over year, that is Tyreek Hill. He's done it before with multiple QBs now. I'm okay with going Tyreek Hill there. I prefer Tyreek Hill in this scenario. CeeDee Lamb, on the other hand, not a bad pick either. I don't believe you can go wrong with either of the two, but I'm going Tyreek Hill with a proven fact. Those are my thoughts. Thanks for the question, Tyreek. Should I start Devin Singletary or Harris, or should I start Rico Dowdle? Definitely not Rico just yet. Dalvin Cook visiting Dallas this week. Let's see what happens there. That backfield really needs to fit itself out before we go starting people in our lineups. Devin Singletary, probably in a four-man's offense. Harris in a four-man's offense. But we also going with Najee Harris, Noah. Thanks for the question. Let's see, Tyreek, follow the live creator. What's going on, my dude? Give him a high five. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Oh, got another follow snuck in there. Let's get another chair in there. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. 1K PC11, 14-man league. Lamar, Brees, Achane. The running backs, Kamara looking like he's in there too. At 9 out of 10 for St. Brown, the pool reported DJ Moore. Wide receivers, 9 out of 10 Lamar, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 team. That's the best rating I gave of the day. Not only that, it's a 14-man league. 1K PC11, dude. Do your thing, my guy. Great looking. Should I take Pacheco, Kyren, or Gibbs? Solid question. If I had to rank them personally, I'm going to Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyren Williams, Isaiah Pacheco. Hope that helps. Thanks, Mr. Robert. Jack Wood, rate my team. Did I rate your team, Jack Wood? Oh, you want me to rate your team right now? Let's do it. Richardson, Etienne, Mixon, running backs, 8 out of 10. Chase, Cup, Christian Kirk. Wide receivers, 9 out of 10. And last one, Kyle Pitts. Hey, this is the year he breaks out. I hope it is. But right now, we haven't seen it yet. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Unproven rookie quarterback. I'm giving your team a solid 7 out of 10. Put in the work. You will get there, Jack Wood. Oh, 10-man PPR. Rank this. Mahomes, Achane, Etienne. Okay, Mahomes, great. Achane and Etienne, great. Ayuk and Pitts and Justin Jefferson with Cooper Copper. I don't know who Copper is. Dude, your wide receivers are off the chain, man. This team right here is solid. 9.5 out of 10, bro. Thank you so much, Mason, for the question. AJ Lapano, love, 8 out of 10. CMC Kamara, I'm going to get a solid 8.5 out of 10. Devontae Adams and Waddle. I'm looking somewhere in the 8 out of 10 range. Derek Jones for depth. Mark Andrews, 9 out of 10. 12-man league overall, 8.5 out of 10. AJ, go with yourself. Did I take? Oh, we already got that question. On CD or Brees at number 3, I'm fine with going with either. Personally, this year, I'm just tied to these running backs. It's weird. I haven't said this in 3 years. But if you can get CMC, Brees, or Bijan, I think you do it, man. We got some more questions in the chat here. Jesse Winchester, rate my 10-man PPR team. Music too loud. There you go. This is what I need. Rate my 10-man PPR team. They are Brees, Kyren, Olave, London. By the way, Jesse, also, thanks for letting me know. I'm not using my mic today, so nothing's But anyways, this is Winchester, rate my 10-man PPR team. They are, rookie quarterback, second-year guy. They can do it this year. They can put it together. For all those questions, 7 out of 10. Brees, Kyren, though, $5, 10 out of 10. Olave, London, Godwin, 9 out of 10. Kittle, 9 out of 10. That team right there, my guy. If Anthony Richardson hits, still too loud. What about now? If Anthony Richardson hits, that is a solid team. 9 out of 10. Ride your way to the finish. Good luck. All right, let's get back over here. Snaggles, Evans or Knight? I don't even know who Knight is. I'm going to go Evans. Junior, 12-man team. Lamar, JT. Lamar, 9 out of 10. JT, Warren. Oh, that's questionable right there. I'm going to give that a RB2, man. That's what it's got. I'm going to go ahead and give him a solid 7 out of 10. Say Jetta, Ayuk, Collins, 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. A 7 out of 10. Team's a solid 7.5 out of 10. Is it still louder than me? There's no way. There's absolutely no way. What about now? Bill? That's the lowest it goes without me playing it at all. But thanks, dude. I really appreciate you troubleshooting this with me. Appreciate you coming out, man. Evans or Nico Collins? Give me Mike Evans. I have Brees as a keeper. Okay to drop Garrett too. I'm not opposed. To it. It all depends on Aaron Rodgers, but I am not opposed to that. I'm totally fine. It isn't changing. Get out of here, dude. Okay, now I've turned it completely off, Jesse. Let me know if it's too loud. Turned it completely off. Let's see. Richardson. Parker says Richardson. It isn't changing. Oh, wait. Brandon Kim says, rate my 12-man half team PPR. Josh Allen, 10 out of 10. Aaron Jones. Warren and Gus. Running back for 7.5 out of 10. Ace, Devontae, and Hollywood. 7.5 out of 10. Ingram. 7 out of 10. So your team overall, 7 out of 10. Brandon Kim. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Parker says Richardson, PMC, Richardson, 10 out of 10. Olave, Devontae Smith, Cortland Sutton. Those guys grouped together, 7 out of 10. Still 9 out of 10. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. Parker, a solid team. Let's see here. You rate my team. Allen, 10 out of 10. Barkley, Cook. You also got Jones there. Looking like a solid 7.5 out of 10. St. Brown, London, Neighbors, 7.5 out of 10. So overall, Bryce, giving you a solid 7.5 out of 10 on the playoff team. Where else are you streaming? I want to see this there. I'm also on TikTok right now, man. TikTok at First Round Fantasy. For those of you on TikTok, if you feel like I'm not getting to your questions quick enough, I'm also on YouTube. A little slower in there, and I tend to get to those questions first to really come out. Rather than having to look like this for those questions on TikTok. So again, if you want to get your question in a little bit faster, feel free to jump over to YouTube, not forcing you, and we'll get to your question as soon as I can. But that's also where I'm at, TikTok or YouTube at First Round Fantasy. Let's see, Casual 33-37. Zamir White, Tyler Lockett, or Curtis Daniel to start. In week 1, give me Zamir White. Gabby, Warren and Gus and Barkley. I don't think the Barkley owner will do it, but if you can, I'm totally okay with it for sure. Aaron Gold, rate my 10-man PPR. Hurts, 9 out of 10. Mitchell and Achane, 9 out of 10. Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, 8.5 out of 10. Kate, 7 out of 10. Rashid Zay in the flex. They're all right. Zay just gets one, by the way. Overall, Darren, solid team. I'll go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. Those running backs and QBs really are going to put you up for success there. Brandon Kim, thanks for the question, bud. Rate your 12-man half team PPR. Josh Allen, Tyron, Aaron Jones. Josh Allen, 10 out of 10. Tyron, Aaron Jones. Let's see. Tyron and Aaron Jones. Probably like a 7 out of 10. Case Devontae, 8 out of 10. Ingram, 7 out of 10. Warren, Gus, Hollywood on your bench. Overall, Brandon Kim, probably a solid 7 out of 10. Do some work in the waiver wire. Your team's going to the playoffs on first. Dagan Rips, OJ Simpson, or Aaron Hernandez. Lock it. Oh, wait, let's see that. Too soon. Give me Aaron Hernandez, better fantasy player. Let's see. Brandon Kim. Already got you, Brandon Kim. Ivan 8 says 10-man. Dak, Saquon, Kyren. So Dak and Saquon, not bad. Saquon with Kyren, probably a really good running back tandem in a 10-man league for sure. Let's give those guys a 9 out of 10. Cup, my comeback player of the year with Collins and Devontae Smith, 8 out of 10. And then Njoku, 7 out of 10. Your team overall, 7.5 out of 10. Ivan, great team. Ivan Tran, a different Ivan, might I add. Can you rate my team? Murray, 7.5 out of 10. Achane, where's your other running back? You only starting one? Achane and Swift, maybe? Running back group, 7.5 out of 10. Collins, Lamb, Debo, 8 out of 10. And McBride, 9 out of 10. Overall, solid 8 out of 10 team. Ivan, wish you the best of luck. Talentless Colt. Well, I'm not going to join a cult that's talentless. That just sounds mean. Let's see. Burrow, 8 out of 10. JT and K9, 8 out of 10. AJ Brown, Ayuk, 8.5 out of 10. Mark Andrews, 9 out of 10. Bench, Malik, Najee, or Odunze. I don't know who's better. Oh, between those two, probably Odunze long-term. Najee week 1. Overall, though, your team as a whole, 8.5 out of 10. Let's see. Little man says, what's going on here? I'm like frozen over here. Whatever. It's good now. No idea what was going on. Jesse, I'm glad that I had some tech on my side today. Thank you for helping me out. Wait, I'm getting some breaking news here. Kyren Williams will be the Rams' punt returner this season. Whoa, what in the world? Are you reading this? Minor news. So is he doing, if he takes over punt return duties, I get it. It's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, dude, Kyren Williams taking punt return duties, more risk of injury there. Blake Corum, more of a factor. I might have to start really thinking about this Kyren Williams. A little bit of news goes a long way. That scares me. Let's see, more breaking news here. Jamar Chase is expected to play the regular season opening game. I think we all thought about that. And Tim Patrick is expected to sign with the Detroit Lions. If you're not already, sign up for sleeper notifications. I feel like those are the quickest updates of all platforms. That's just what I'm thinking. But again, little man, 1407, rate my 10-man team. Hurts, Pacheco, Jacobs, your running backs, 7.5 out of 10. CD, Puka, Collins, 8.5 out of 10. Pitts, 6 out of 10. Overall, 7 out of 10, my friend. And again, Jesse, thanks for doing tech with me today, dude. I appreciate you. Trenton Elliott, Murray, Taylor, James Cook, Pittman, Cups, Dell, Bowers. What do you think of this 12-man league? Honestly, let's see. Murray, 7 out of 10. Taylor and James Cook, 7.5 out of 10. Pittman, Cup, Dell, overall, 7.5 out of 10. Bowers, 6 out of 10 right now. What do you think? Overall, dude, 7.5 out of 10. Make some work. Do some little things around the sides here. Watch yourself go to a fantasy championship. Deegan Rips, what shaving cream do you use on your... Whoa, oh my God. I don't use any shaving cream, by the way. I'm all smooth, baby. No shaving cream. Because you know why? I can't technically use them as a sponsor right now because we are no longer sponsored by Manscaped. But there was a time when we were, First Round Fantasy was sponsored by Manscaped. And they sent me the ball shaver and the nose trimmer and like ball deodorant and a couple of other nooks and crannies. And bro, I got to be honest. And again, I am not sponsored. Used to be, not anymore. But that stuff worked. I don't use any shaving cream at all. And I come out looking smooth and fabulous. They're not paying me to say this anymore, though. So forget that. All right. Let's see. Rory Crane, rate my 12-man single flex. Mahomes, 10 out of 10. Well, for fantasy, 8 out of 10. Achane and Pacheco, 8 out of 10. Puka, Nico Collins, Devontae Smith, 8 out of 10. Trey McBride and Rice. Overall, Ray or Rory, 10 out of 10. Justin, what's going on, my man? 10-man PPR. Looking at the round 4-5 swing. Who do you like for a wide receiver stack? You don't got to tell me anything other than Kupp and Devontae Smith. End of story. Justin, best of luck to you. Cody White, thoughts on Zay Flowers and Joe Mixon this year? Zay Flowers, it really depends on what you think Lamar Jackson can do. He improved immensely as a passer this last year, but also we saw tendencies with Mark Andrews dealing with injury, Derrick Henry at times. Oh, I guess they didn't have Derrick Henry last year. A mixed running back group. I think Zay Flowers is a pretty confident wide receiver too. I think his ceiling is high-end wide receiver 2. His floor, low-end wide receiver 2. So I think the middle of the road is probably the safest bet for him. As for Joe Mixon, you take what you can get with the running backs this year. There isn't really any competition over there in Houston. He's been dealing with an injury all throughout the preseason. So with that being said, I mean, I'll take him because I know he's going to get 15 to 18 carries a game, but I got to see what he can do first. So let's see what he can do. Ivan Tran, you think Achane can finish top 4? There's a possibility. Would I take the over-under on that? Give me the over. I think he finishes outside the top 6 in my eyes. Thanks for the question, Ivan. Let's get to some more questions here. Love Saquon, JT. Whoa. Slow it down. Love Saquon. This is for Chase, by the way. Love, 8 out of 10. Saquon and JT, 8 out of 10. CD, DK, Neighbors, and Flowers, 8 out of 10. Ingram, 7 out of 10. 8-man PP. Oh, 8-man league? Do a little bit more work, Chase. But overall, you got a championship contender there. Zach Stinson, Hurts, 10 out of 10. Bijan, Cook, 9 out of 10. Marvin Harrison and Mike Evans. T. Higgins, 8 out of 10. Ingram, 7 out of 10. Overall, 8 out of 10. That's a playoff team if I've ever seen one. Let's see here. Eric just followed the live creator, man. Eric, thank you so much. Let's get him a clap. Thanks for the question, Eric. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. Brown or Wilson? Remy, unfortunately, you're thinking A.J. Brown or Garrett Wilson? Give me A.J. Brown. It kind of hurts to say. And honestly, the more I say it, the more I dislike it. So maybe I'm feeding you cookie crumbs there. I just think Wilson really has to get it done with Aaron Rodgers this year. He's obviously the best quarterback he's ever played with, and he's done a lot with a little in the last 2 seasons. But there's something about that Braun-Hurts connection that just really gets it going. Long ebbs and long flows. If you're looking for consistency, I think Wilson's your guy. If you're looking for the big explosive week after week, and he's also going to follow it up with some dubs, then you're going to go with A.J. Brown. Nate, is Pitts good? Pitts is great. He just needs an offensive coordinator who's going to use him the way he needs to be used. That's my thought. Eric, please rate my 10-man team. Murray, 7 out of 10. Bijan and Gibbs, 9.5 out of 10. Filthy. Adams, Kupp, filthy. DJ Moore as well. McLaurin as well. Dude, go win a championship, Eric. That's enough said. Jake DeLocter, Bengals defense versus the Pats or the Vikings defense versus the Giants week 1. I got to be honest. If Jacoby Brissett starts, give me the Bengals defense. I still even think if Drake May starts, give me the Bengals defense. But if there's a good chance to be made that if Drake May is the starter, I'd hedge my bets on the Vikings defense against the Giants in week 1. Not a problem. Eric, thanks for the follow, man. Goff or Dak in week 1? We're getting into some week 1 questions now. Let's go, baby. For that, I need to look to the matchups. Let's see what we got. We got Goff and Dak. Okay. Let's pull it up here. Week 1 of the regular season. The Detroit Lions are playing the Rams, and Dak is going against, where's Dak? Come on, where are those filthy Cowboys? Cowboys are going up against the Browns. Oh, give me the Lions. Give me Goff Sunday night against the Rams. Let's go. At home, baby. At home. Brees with the number 2. Have no problems with that at all, Oscar. Seems like a fine pick in my book. Go ahead and rock on with it. Etienne or Achane? Give me, believe it or not, it's going to be a shocker. Give me Achane. Low volume, high upside. Let's see a little bit more volume. Give me Achane. Cody Wild. I got offered Pitts and Higgins for Laporta and Flowers. Pull the trigger? No, man. I think you're good with Laporta and Flowers. 100% stay put. Laporta and Flowers. That's the side I'm going with. Thanks for the question, Cody Wilds. Thank you for all the questions. Kamara or Nixon? I'm guessing you mean Mixon. I think with the PPR upside, give me Alvin Kamara. Taylor Swift is in the chat. What? I don't hate or discriminate. Taylor Swift with the snow cones. I don't really listen to your music, but I don't hate you. Give her more shit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those snow cones. I wish they were real. I'm very hungry right now. 10-man A.U. Munoz says, let's see, CMC and Jacobs and Zeus White. I love that, by the way. 10 out of 10. Harrison, Evans, Waddle, Rice, 8 out of 10. Your team overall, I don't know your quarterback or tight end situation, but it's a solid team in my eyes. I love it. Thoughts on Josh Jacobs with Dillon out? Good question, James. A.J. Dillon was never going to be a factor, to be honest with you. I think you need to be more worried about Emmanuel Wilson and, oh, come on, I've been saying his name all day today. Marshawn Lloyd, third-round rookie draft pick for the Green Bay Packers. Those guys are going to pose more of a threat. But overall, Jacobs is your guy there in Green Bay. I think everybody else is just going to give him breathers. Guidry, you think I should trade Saquon and JT for CMC? Okay, hold on. Saquon and JT for CMC, Zamir White. Dude, what? If you can pull off that trade, absolutely, no doubt in my mind, Guidry, you do it right away. Let's see. Owen, follow the live creator. What's up, my guy? Let's get into it. Let's give him a bigger cheer. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all, by the way. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me. Feel free to like the stream if you want to. No pressure at all. Someone give me a poop emoji? Well, that's just rude. Let's see. Abjeet, 10-man team, double flex. Josh Allen, 10 out of 10. Saquon and Zamir White, 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Justin Jefferson, Nico Collins, Olave, and Rice, 8 out of 10. Kincaid, 7 out of 10. Overall, your team, my sir, 7.5 out of 10. Not bad. Not bad at all. Cody Wild says, I see Benson is on free agents, meaning the waiver wire. Thinking about grabbing him because Connor always gets hurt, and I think Benson takes his job full time. You're absolutely right about that. I am a strong proponent of handcuffs. That's just the way that my mind works. I feel more comfortable holding on to a handcuff rather than another guy on another team waiting for that guy to get injured. I'd rather just solidify my backfields as a whole. I have no problem going after Benson. If you're not the James Conner owner, I also don't have a problem going after Benson. It just depends who you're going to drop. But I'm guessing it's one of your later picks. I have no problem stashing Benson on my bench. Thanks for the question, Cody Wild. Let's see here. Please do mine. Chris, I'll do yours. I just don't know where it's at. D. Brady says, I just traded Kenneth Walker and Drake London for Amon-Ra. What are your thoughts? Beautiful. Beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. Chris, I'm looking for yours, dude. I don't see it. Garrett Reese, rank my 10-man PPR. AR-15, 6 out of 10. CMC Jacobs, 9 out of 10. CD JJ? Dude, what? Go win a championship, Garrett. You don't need my advice. The Big Chris, 10-man PPR. Josh Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs. Josh Allen, 10 out of 10. Gibbs and Jacobs, 8 out of 10. Jefferson, Rashee Rice, 7.5 out of 10. Kincaid, 7 out of 10. Overall, 7.5 out of 10. Thanks for the question, man. Let's see. Oh, Chris, there's your question. Dak, Pacheco. Okay, so Dak, 6 out of 10. But we've seen him explode in fantasy before, all right? So there's no way. There's definitely a plausible scenario where he's, QB1 8 out of the 16 weeks, right? Pacheco and Walker, I'd say a solid 7.5 out of 10. Chase, Collins, Smith, 7.5 out of 10. Njoku, 7 out of 10. Your team falls, 7.5 out of 10, Chris. Thanks for waiting. Thanks for being patient. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. O'Brien, 47-57, 12-man PPR. AR 15, 6 out of 10. Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs, Zamir White. That running back room, probably a 7.5 out of 10. But there's possibilities for all of them, right? Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson. That's where you spent your money, and that's what's 10 out of 10 there. Overall, your team as a whole, 7.5 out of 10. A lot of 7.5 out of 10 teams here. A lot of balanced teams. I like it. Let's see. A guy out in the league dropped Anthony Richardson, and I was first on the waiver, and I grabbed him. Elite fantasy QB, in your opinion? I think he's got elite fantasy rushing upside, if that's what you're looking for. Is he going to prove it as a passer? I'm not necessarily so sure yet. So with that being said, ceiling, overall QB1. Are we going to get that this year? Probably not. A safer floor, QB 10 to 14 on any given week. And that's a guy that should be in your lineups. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Anthony Richardson. And I want to be extremely wrong, by the way, because I do have a few shares of Anthony Richardson. Let's see. Who wins this trade? Derek Mitros. Let's see. Who wins this trade? Ayuk and Javonte Williams for Godwin and Zamir White. I think it's a very fair trade. Where do I lean personally? Give me Godwin and Zamir White for sure. Thanks, man. Good question. Let's see. Already got all those. We are all caught up. Tyler, hey, look, you just had to post it 20,000 times. Hey, Tyler got me laughing, dude. Where's my laugh? Let's get some cheers in here. I love it, dude. Thanks, man. That's a good laugh. And also, we just got to follow. Let's get some more cheers. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming out. I got another follow. Thanks, man. Let's get the cheers going. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. Whether it's just a little bit of your time, a question or two, and then you pop out, I appreciate it all. Or you're just, flipping on by. We've all been there, right? Let's see. Manya, Tony Ferguson? What about him? I think he's probably tight end 8 to 12. Which you're starting him week in and week out, so no problem there. Just followed me. Oh no, Tonya Sticks just followed me. Let's go ahead and get the scratch here in there. Thank you so much for the follows. Appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Conrad. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Jake Dolcater. Rate my team. 10-man PPR. Dak, Gibbs, Pacheco. Gibbs and Pacheco together, 8 out of 10. CD, Debo, and London, 9 out of 10. Solid group of receivers there. And Conklin on your own, it's probably your lone wolf there, maybe like a 5 out of 10. Your team overall, 8.5 out of 10. Do some work with that tight end position. There's definitely some better tight ends on the waiver wire for sure. Victor Rangel. This is his 12-man team. He says Lamar, 9 out of 10. Mixon and Aaron Jones. That's your weak spot right there. I'd say you're probably looking at like a 7, 6.5 out of 10. Amon-Ra, Pittman. That's a little questionable too, but a solid 8 because Pittman will carry you. Kelsey, at this day and age, man, no longer 9 out of 10. I'm thinking he's more like probably 7.5 out of 10. But you doubled up with Pitts there, so I guess I like that. Overall, your team, 7.5 out of 10. Not too bad, Victor. Not too bad. Let's see. Eddie Cerritos, 10-man keeper league. Jamar Chase is my keeper in round 6. I have the 101. Go CMC, Hall, Lamb, or Hill. I'm okay with Breece Hall, to be honest with you, Eddie. I'm perfectly fine with Hall. I'm fine with CMC. If I had to rank the 4 of them, wow, it's really tough because I really feel like they could go any which way, and any of them can have a case be made to go 1 overall. But if I had to rate them both, I'm going to go Hall, CMC, Hill, and Lamb. Those are my thoughts, Eddie. Thanks for coming out, man. Appreciate you. Let's see here. I have the first pick. How should I go out about this pick? Great question. Dude, you do what you want to do, man, because I don't have an answer for you. But I will say, if I wanted to push you in a general direction, CMC's consensus. Be a little crazy, right? Be a little crazy. Bijan and Breece Hall are also sitting there a little bit younger, a little more tried and true as far as injury concerns are related. CMC going into that year 8. There's a lot of speculation there of what could go wrong for CMC. The miles are adding up. So I'm okay with taking Bijan or Breece Hall 1 overall. No doubt about it. Guys, I appreciate you all so much. Let's get a few more questions in here. Kilo 916. Wait a second. I feel like I know this guy. Let's see what you got. JJ, Brian. Oh, man. Chat, what do you think? I hate saying chat. I just felt so lame doing that. But, guys, what do you think? JJ, Bryce, Tank, and Lad. Who wins this trade? TikTok, you're kind of blowing up a little bit faster right now. So, TikTok, what do you think? Who wins this trade? Side 1. Justin Jefferson, Bryce Young, Tank Dell, Lad McConkey. Side 2, Marvin Harrison Jr., Jordan Love, Garrett Wilson. I'm looking for anybody. What are your thoughts on those 2? All right. What are your thoughts on those 2? Again, hey, thank you on TikTok. Over 1,000 likes today, man. I don't know what to say. Thank you, I guess. Oh, I'm hearing a lot of side 2. I'm hearing a lot of side 2. Nate says side 1 though, so we got 3 for side 2 and 2 for side 1. Again, side 1 is Justin Jefferson, Bryce, Tank, Lad McConkey. Side 2 is Marvin Harrison Jr., Jordan Love, and Garrett Wilson. What side are you taking? Side 2. That's another one for side 2. That's another one for side 1. I think it's like 7-3 right now. Side 1 over side 2. Dude. Joe, are you paying people, bro? Are you paying people right now? Because I just don't believe it. I like side 2 as well, 100%. Give me side 2 all day long. Hey, man, thank you so much for coming out, bro. I know you're busy. So thanks for lending me your ear. Thanks for coming in and just getting me riled up, dude. I was getting ready to fall asleep over here. I was losing some steam, but I appreciate you coming out, man. Secret Orb. I'm in a running back hungry league, thinking of starting at the 1-2 with Breece and then the 2-11 with Pacheco. Thoughts? If it's a running back hungry league, absolutely no problems with that. Again, I've already kind of had my talks today about CMC, Breece, and Bijan. I'm fine with all 3 of those guys. At the 102, if you want to reach, I don't think it's a reach, especially with those 3 running backs this year. And then following it up with Pacheco, heavy hitters, my man. All good. Heavy hitters for sure. All right, let's get back into TikTok here for a second. What do you think about Kyren? Did you see the news about Kyren? Sean McVay just came out today. Kyren to spend more time as a punt returner. He is the punt returner going into the season. I don't know, man. Blake Corum. This is when you just follow those little nuggets. They draft Blake Corum. He was already a 4th round. What was he, like a 4th or 5th round rookie draft pick last year? Now he's the number 1 punt returner on the team. It just, I don't know, dude. I'm scared. Yeah, he says he's the workhorse. No, he's not. Loading. I don't know what he said. He's a 100% joke. You think Sean McVay is joking? I didn't listen to the press conference. I followed the sleeper notifications. Let me know, bro. Is that who you're referring to, Loading? Let me know. Donna, hot Donna, with the like. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you coming by. He's 100% joke. I got to see the video. Now I want to see the video. Let me see the video where it says, I need to see the inflection, the tone of voice in Sean McVay's voice when he said Kyren Williams was going. If Sleeper reported it, it has to be true, right? If a tree falls in the wood, does he hear it? Let's see. What do I need to do to add to sidewalk? The chat's moving, bro. 99 comments deep over here. We got to jump to the front of the comments, but I appreciate you, bro. I don't know what you can add. It's a fair trade. We'll talk a little bit more off chat. Top 15 RBs will be gone by the 3-4 turn. I can definitely see a world where that's happening, not only in running back hungry leagues, but just normal leagues in general. If it's 10, 12, 14, 16, they're definitely going. Tim joined. What's going on, Tim? Nate, I got that notification from 4 different apps. He surely isn't joking. Thank you, Nate. Someone believes in the sleeper projections. But yeah, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Sean McVay joking? What do you think? I don't know how to add polls. I'm too old of a man. But let me know your thoughts down below. Is Sean McVay joking? Kyren Williams going to be a punt returner this year? Oriva, Lamar, James Conner. Lamar, 9 out of 10. James Conner. Jonathan Taylor, 7.5 out of 10. Tyreek, Nico, Olave, 8 out of 10. And Kincaid, 7 out of 10. Team overall in an 8-man league, you can definitely find some success. 8 out of 10. I got the notification from like 4 different apps. That's funny, dude. Stafford or Aaron Rodgers this year? That's a great question. Give me Matt Stafford. Give me Matt Stafford there. I'll take him all day over Aaron Rodgers for sure. We got some more sleeper notifications here. Actually, no, not sleeper notifications. Just people in my league finally joining the day. But by golly, what a time today, folks. We're at 974 likes. I don't normally ask for likes, but I'm like, hey, we could probably get to 1,000 today. Again, no pressure. If you want to, you can. If not, you don't have to. All right. Okay, well, I didn't say, okay, relax. I didn't say spam the like button. I want to earn your likes. I don't just want the spam, okay? But I do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Let's get a crowd. Wow, that was a weak crowd share. Let's get another one. Thank you, man. Hey, now he's here. You come when it slows down, man. You come when it slows down. But I appreciate you, Joe. Thanks for coming out. Joe, guys, story time. If you don't know, First Round Fantasy was started many days ago. And one of the greatest minds in fantasy all time is right here in the chat right now. That's Joseph Morsaz, one of the founders of First Round Fantasy. He's in the chat right now. Why do I sound like that, dude? I've been watching. No, that's going to sound really weird. I hate when I say chat. You guys are all human beings, whatever. But yeah, one of the greatest fantasy minds ever, Joseph Morsaz. Thanks for coming out. FRF original. And Joe, I'm telling you right now, bro, I want you back. I want you back. That sounded a little, no homo. I love all people. But yeah, I'm just going to stop talking. Let's get to a few more fantasy questions. Do you think Jonathan Brooks can be an RB2 range when he comes back? When he comes back, not necessarily, man. I think there's a wash here for Jonathan Brooks in his rookie season. I think it's going to take time for him to acclimate. Running backs, less so than wide receivers, quarterbacks, tight end. You know, their job is pretty straight up, run side to side, run through people. But ultimately, I don't know if he's going to be that running back 2 that we want. Maybe low end, but a floor, low end running back 2. Ceiling, middle of the road running back 2. But again, I really want to be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong for sure. Appreciate you, man. I'm blushing. Dude, you should blush, bro. I just want you back. I just want you back, bro. I think we can be something. TikTok things. We had, let's see, I'm looking it up right now. We had 137 people at one time in the chat today. Why do I keep saying chat? Damn, I'm pissed off now. But we had 137 people in the chat. We had 137 people in the live feed today. That means so much to me, guys. Again, I don't know anything. I'm not a pro. Is flagged for hate speech. What? Oh, sorry. Anyways, I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out today. But yeah, it's just good to see. I know football's getting back up. I'm looking to get more into it. It's a whole thing out here. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. But Joseph Mashas, you got to come back, buddy. We need some pods, weekly pods for sure. Emery, 4-point for passing TDs or 6-point for passing TDs. It depends. If you play in a full PPR league, I'm totally down for 4-point per passing touchdowns. If you play in a half-point or standard league, give those quarterbacks some help. 6 points per touchdown for me. Meatwad, if Allen, Hurts, or Mahomes drops to the 4th round, is that good value? Let me tell you right now, Meatwad. I took Allen with my number 2 pick in our recent redraft league, and I totally regret it, dude. There were so many quarterbacks that were there. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Sorry. I got kicked off of TikTok today. So we're ending it over here too. Sorry, I had to learn some stuff. But anyways, that was awkward. I will see you all probably tomorrow. Thanks so much for coming out. It's time to get out of here. Again, as always, thank you so much and have a great rest of your week. Good luck out there. Best of luck to you. Peace.